on a core level you don't feel important and you don't feel a priority, so now you've got someone in that's giving you feedback to show you you don't feel important and you don't feel a priority. I'll be your light. Hey lovelies, and welcome back to the Manifestation Sisters community. My name is Leah.
My name's Tia.
Here on this channel we talk everything mindset and manifestation. We are here to help you simplify manifestation and make it a lifestyle.
Myself and Leah are mindset manifestation coaches, and we offer many services to help you manifest what it is that you want. So if you did want to get access to any of them, the link is in the description box below. But we also have our brand new Limitless Manifestor membership launching very soon. And if you're interested in being part of a group coaching community, getting access to tools and resources that are going to help you reinforce your power, all exclusively on our platform, then you can sign up to the waitlist below.
So you're noticing that your reality and how someone is showing up for you isn't favourable. So before, maybe you were unconscious to knowing about manifestation and you didn't realise why people were showing up the way that they were. So you become conscious to manifestation now and you realise that everyone is showing up as a reflection of you. How you think, feel and believe about yourself and the assumptions you hold about yourself. So a lot of these assumptions and beliefs stem from our past experiences of what we've experienced in childhood and the way we see love or men or women show up for us in relationships specifically. So we might meet someone and we're having a great experience with that person, but say something comes up one day and they don't text you back for whatever reason, or they take too long to reply. And then you start having a story now that you're not important, you're not a priority, you're not chosen. See, it's happening again. This is what always happens in my relationships. So then you adapt a narrative about who you are as a person of not being chosen, not being wanted, not being a priority, not being important. And also having a story around love, that you don't get the love that you need, you're not worthy of the love that you want, you're not good enough. And then you also adapt a story about your specific person, of how they don't show up for you, how you're not loved, how, say, if you're used to someone going and leaving your life, maybe you have like abandonment things from childhood, you're expecting someone to leave your life. So when that happens, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way. It's just like you reinforcing that outdated belief system about you're not going to get the love that you want, you're not chosen, you're not wanted, and you're not prioritised. You have to take some accountability and self-responsibility, because we are the cause. And I know that's a hard truth to swallow sometimes, because we want to blame the other person. We want to be like, why are they showing up like this? I can't believe it, da 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 da. But when you understand that you are the creator of your reality and you are the only cause and no one to change but self, you take your power back and you're like, okay, so I recognise why things have played out the way they have, and I recognise why this person is showing up for me this way. Now I can take my power back and I can change it.
Yeah, and I think the biggest shift there, and what we're seeing a big shift in the narrative of people teaching you how to manifest your specific person. It used to be about them. It used to be about you doing methods and affirming to get them in. But one thing you will know about us is we're not about just manifesting it in, we're about sustaining the manifestation. You get in to have exactly what it is you want, and that's what we're going to speak about throughout this whole video, giving you tools and practices to essentially change the story about your specific person. And like Leah said, it starts with you. And it's understanding that at the foundation of everything that you are creating, your relationships included, that it starts with you and you changing you, but also filtering the other areas and the assumptions and the stories that you have about that person, because you are the centre of your world. And that leads us on to the first point of making yourself the centre of your world, not being outwardly focused on that person and expecting you doing all this work to change them. You are not doing this work, big point here guys, to change them. Although that is a bonus and that's what happens in relation to you manifesting that person, you are doing all of this work and essentially all these shifts, all this programming, becoming this version of you, so it is you. You are being that person on a dominant basis, and you think these thoughts about you on autopilot, and therefore once you start having that subconscious programming, they must reflect that back, because it's like breathing essentially. I am at the core of my being worthy enough. I trust the people I love. I know that they're going to stay in my life because I am this version of me now.
When SP is showing up unfavourably, it's how you choose and what story you choose to dwell in when that is happening. So you've become conscious to being the creator of your own reality, and now you're like, okay, so I recognise the reason why SP is showing up not prioritising me is because I, on a core level, don't feel like a person who's important, or a person that's a priority, or a person that feels they can have the consistency and the love and the presence of a partner who shows up for them. Because maybe you didn't experience that in your childhood. Maybe you had an absent parent around, or maybe you had a parent that was working a lot, or maybe you had someone get all the attention, maybe you had a sibling, whatever way it shows up. And you don't always need to know how it showed up, but it's identifying that on a core level you don't feel important and you don't feel a priority. So now you've got someone in that's giving you feedback to show you don't feel important, you don't feel a priority. So in that moment you can either be like, oh great, this is not working out again, why is he showing up like this for me? Or you could be like, do you know what, I recognise what's going on here. I recognise this is about me. I recognise it's about me not feeling important. So how do I now shift and change this? Well, I change my story about myself, I change my story about relationships, and I also, so whenever I'm thinking about my SP or how he's showing up for me or how she's showing up for me, I start to tell myself, no, I'm important, I'm a priority, I matter, I always get the love that I need. Relationships are always consistent, present in my life. I'm worthy and deserving of a happy, healthy, loving relationship. I get to have the relationship I want. I always get what I want. I am the operant power. Like, it's reminding yourself of this. So when you're interacting with SP in your 3D and you're experiencing things that you don't like, it's recognising that the more you dwell in a story and what you actually do want to be for yourself, and tell yourself all the things that you need to hear, and give yourself all the things that you want from this person, everyone and your specific person will reflect that back to you, because they are just reflecting you. And I know we want to get angry with SP when they're showing up, and it's not to say that we can't set boundaries with people. It's not to say in the 3D we can't say, look, I don't like that, I'm just going to remove myself from the situation, and work on yourself. It doesn't matter whether SP's in your life or not in your life. You have to make the change within yourself, because you can either cut them off, but when they come back in again, you're still being the old version of you, because you're reacting to that behaviour. So you're perpetuating that story of not being chosen, because you're not changing the core story.
Exactly. And this is another good point of you being the centre of your world and taking the self-accountability as the conscious creator of your reality, everything that Leah just spoke about, but not basing your worth and who you are as how that person is showing up. Because we know our 3D reality is old. We know when that person comes in, it's likely old versions of them. But the way that we perpetuate that reality is exactly that Leah just said. They will come in, they will not act a certain way, and then we'll reinforce the belief, the pattern, the trigger within ourselves that we're not worthy and we're not enough. So with this work, guys, you making yourself the centre of your world, you getting conscious of your shit, sitting with your shit and understanding what is the core programming and self-concept that is essentially creating this reality, you're not going to keep looking to this person for your happiness. You're going to start giving yourself everything that you're requiring from them, because you are the source and you are the solution of your happiness. The key is you not being the observer of their behaviour, and you not taking your cues from the 3D in order to change the story of this person. And we get it so often. Clients will come in, they'll start seeing movement in the 3D, but then they do one thing wrong, the SP, straight back to step one, because they've reinforced the belief again, oh, he's not doing this, what's going wrong in my reality? You're the centre of your world. You do not have to accept 3D circumstances or versions of people that you do not want. Like we always say, there are multiple versions of that person that exist. So one, if you're getting a version of someone that you do not like, what is the work there? It's not to go into a downward spiral of I'm not enough, I've got more work to do, I'm not chosen. It's no, okay, that's just an old version, give it good meaning. What is my truth here? And then you perpetuate your new self-concept, you perpetuate the new version of them. You don't let your mind keep re-identifying you with the old version of yourself. And that is a really key component, because our thoughts is selecting the reality. Our thoughts is essentially creating and selecting versions of this person that you are getting based upon what you think, feel and believe about yourself. So in order to change that, I've not got to keep being the observer. I've got to sit in my shit, I've got to handle that shit and be like, what is my truth here? Okay, that person's showing up in this way, but that doesn't mean anything about me. I'm the fucking shit. I'm loved, I'm chosen, whatever it is that you are reinforcing within your self-concept. That is the time to be conscious on the stories and where you're dwelling in your mind.
Exactly, because, you know, when we want to be more of our main focus, like we said, and we're working on those beliefs, and we might have a routine for ourselves where we do our affirmations in the morning, or we're scripting and things like that, but where are you going throughout your day? So we always tell our clients as well, you don't want to be hyper focused on SP, your focus wants to be more you, like we've said throughout this video. But if SP is popping into your mind, where is it going? Oh, he's still not acting right, they're still not coming in favourably. No, I get to have the man I love, SP, whatever it is, show up for me and treat me with respect and love. I get to be pursued and chosen and prioritised. I am important in this person's life because I'm important in my own life. Everyone treats me with importance. It's hitting it from all of those angles as well. It's saying like, no, of course this person wants to treat me that way because I am important and I do matter and I'm a priority and I get to have the love that I want and I'm worthy of it. And you can even affirm I have a healthy, loving, committed relationship with this person. But you also want to be reinforcing that core of you knowing that you're worthy and deserving and good enough to have it in the first place, and that you do get to have the love that you want. You are chosen, you are prioritised, you are important, and it is hitting those things from that way. So for example, say I want to talk about like having a standard in relationship, and this is what we've always said before, and this is what something Tia's definitely taught me as well. It's, say you want a happy, healthy, loving, committed relationship, but at the moment all SP is offering you is friends with benefits. So if you can be in a friends with benefits situation, you're fine with that, and you know that it's leading to a relationship, and when you're engaging with SP and doing those kind of things, you feel fine about it. Okay, cool, you know it's leading into a relationship. But if you're in the second option where you're just like, I'm engaging in this friends with benefits, but it's not really what I want, and every time I engage in it, it doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me feel valuable. I feel like I'm, you know, being used, or whatever it is, that person just wants me for sex. That's your story. So why are you lowering your standards when you know what it is you want is a happy, healthy, loving relationship? You're okay to communicate that stuff, but then also you have to do the work within to know that you always are the commitment material, always the one whoever you want wants to be in a relationship with you. You always get the love in a relationship, that you're worthy of a committed relationship, you're worthy of this relationship with this person, because you're chosen and you're good enough. So I wanted to give those two examples to see if, say, if you're in that situation, or what angle you're kind of hitting it from there, whether you're okay to go along with it knowing it's leading somewhere, or you don't feel good with it. So if you don't feel good with it, keep your standard of what you want, knowing that at some point, as you continue to work on yourself, you're going to materialise the relationship.
100%, because I think another big misconception in the manifesting the specific person is I need to accept essentially what I don't want. And when we're coming from that space of this is my standard, this person comes in at here, but because I'm trying to change them and get them to be a certain way, I lower my standard each time. So essentially in that, I'm lowering my standard and I'm perpetuating a shitty story. So I'm not getting what it is I want. I higher my standard, I keep perpetuating the story and hold them at that standard. They have no choice, because it's law, to conform to the version of myself that I'm being and the story that I'm holding. And you keep holding that standard, it's a choice. There will be times, and we've all experienced it, where it's easy for us to perpetuate the shitty story. It's easy for us to choose, essentially, and accept what we don't want, because that's what we're familiar with having and being. But there comes with that, like we say, the choice, the self-accountability, being the centre. It circles back to everything that we spoke about in this video. When you hold the standard and you choose to choose yourself, that person has no choice but to choose you and conform. But like I said as well, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it from the place of this is this version of me. I'm being this version of me. And unless you're going to meet my standard, and likely they do because your reality is shifting, then you essentially aren't going to be in my reality with that shitty version of you, because my story has changed, my assumptions have changed, and we know what we assume about ourselves and other people must be reflected back to us. So we've touched upon a lot of things here. We've touched upon you being the centre of your world. We've touched upon you having self-accountability as a conscious creator of your reality, not lowering your standards, and also changing your story and not accepting nothing less. But we also want to give you guys an actual technique, an actual exercise, because yes, we're telling a lot of information at you, which is creating inner shifts within your mindset right now to perceive things differently. But also, we want you to do an exercise where you're going to grab a notepad to get really conscious and clear of the shitty thoughts, assumptions and self-concept that is essentially creating your reality and creating a reality that you don't want to experience, because we need to get conscious of it. So grab a notepad. I would say even rip out 3 pages of that notepad, and at the top of each page, so on the first page you're going to write yourself, on the second page you're going to write relationships, and on the third page you're going to write them, or the name of your specific person. And then you're going to really get clear on what are the thoughts and assumptions that you're holding about that person. And Leah's going to dive into that part deeper.
You want to get clear on yourself. So do you see yourself as someone that isn't ever chosen, that isn't ever a priority? Maybe you fear competition. Maybe you think you're second best. Maybe you think that you're never the one that's chosen for commitment. So you can see there for yourself, you've got a story where you're not chosen, you're not important, you're not a priority, you're second best. So then you want to kind of flip that on its head and write the opposite. I'm always chosen. I'm always the one chosen by the people I choose. I'm important. I'm a priority. I matter. I come first. I am the number one. I'm the one and only. I'm the best choice. I'm the first choice. I'm the only choice. Whatever words and phrases you want to use it in a way that you would phrase how you would speak to yourself, basically. And then you want to look at relationships. Everyone gets the love except me. I never get the relationship. I'm not worthy of the relationship. I'm not good enough. I never feel like I get the love that I need. So those kind of things.
Relationships are hard work.
Yes, relationships are hard work. And then you wanna write the opposite of those things. I always get the love that I need. I always get the love and relationship and commitment. Anyone I want wants to be with me. I'm worthy and deserving of having a beautiful, blissful relationship. Love is easy and effortless for me. The people I love always stay in my life. It's those kind of things you want to really get clear on. And then in relation to your SP, how do you think your SP sees you, and how do you see your SP? Because those things kind of also matter too. So if you're seeing SP as someone that's got issues, SP as someone that doesn't make you important, SP as someone that never takes you out on dates.
Lazy.
For those examples, someone that's lazy. So you want to now change that story. Or you're seeing that SP doesn't see you as someone that's girlfriend material. SP doesn't see you as someone that is fun. Whatever meanings and stuff you're giving to that person's behaviour and how you see them, how you think they see you. You want to change the story. No. I have a beautiful, happy relationship with SP. SP thinks I'm the most incredible, amazing woman in this world. I have such beautiful relationships with anyone I date. Anyone I date easily wants to commit to me. You know, it's those kind of stories like I'm the most important person in SP's life. Me and SP have the most amazing communication. They're always reaching out to me. SP is always coming towards me. SP is happy, healthy and whole. SP has amazing relationships in their life. SP is stable, financially stable. Like, you want to look at all the stories you have around your SP as well. So you've identified how you feel about yourself, how you feel in relationships, and the stories you have about the SP.
This video, guys, is just to help you get conscious of your story, because your story is attached to your program is attached to your thoughts is essentially what's creating your reality. So do this exercise of you getting clear of yourself, your relationships and your stories about them, the SP, and change it, like everything that Leah just spoke about. And once you've done this, you want to persist in the new story. Every time your mind is going to the old story, the old self-concept, the old version of them, your old story in your relationships, what is my truth? And you're wanting to start reinforcing that more consistently, changing your mind, being conscious of where you are dwelling, because your story is creating your reality. Change your story and your life will essentially change. And that's what this whole video is about. The main focus is for you to understand what is the story you are holding about yourself in relationships and SP. And in order to change what you're essentially getting, do everything that we spoke about in this video. So guys, that was just a video to help you get conscious of the story. We have included a few more bonuses within this and exercises to also help you. So if you did enjoy this video, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, as it will help us grow the manifestation community, and we're so close to 500 subs when we get to talk to you guys. And if you did want extra help from the information that we share, you did want the extra support, coaching or even group coaching and membership, all the links for that are in the description box below. And we'll see you in the next video.